Welcome to the Walk On Diaries podcast, episode 22. We got Noah, we got John, we got Matt, we got Phillip. But before we talk about anything else, let's get to our interview with Colorado walk-on Aidan McQuade. All right, welcome to the Walk On Diaries podcast, episode 22. I'm joined by a very special guest, walk-on from Colorado, Aidan McQuade. Aidan, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. So I want to start out talking about your guys' team. I don't think a whole lot of people really expected Colorado to be this good this year. I think people kind of sleep on the Pac-12 as a whole, as a basketball conference, but Colorado comes out, gets some big W's, and you guys were ranked in the top 25 for a lot of the season, just recently fell out. But what has been the key to your guys' success this year?
I mean, we've been together for a while. We got a lot of juniors on this team, a couple seniors, and only a few underclassmen. So this team has been together for a while now. The past 2 years, we've slowly been creeping up, and now we're finally a contender in the Pac-12, And we went to the NIT last year. It was a little short of what we wanted to do, obviously. But we made a little bit of a run in the NIT, beat some good teams, including Dayton in the NIT last year. Got the rematch against them this year and won that game too. And obviously they're off to a great start as well. I think the key to our success so far is we're a group that really, really likes each other. I should say we really, really love each other. We're kind of a band of brothers, in that we're together and we get along and we play for each other. So that's been a big key for us, and something that we push every day, and something that we emphasize every day is that we're playing for the guy next to us. For
sure. You mentioned that game against Dayton. What was it like watching Obi Toppin up and close?
I mean, he's a great player, and he's going to have a fantastic career in the NBA. He's good. He's a freak of nature. He's got a little bit of outside game now, which is something that he didn't have last year. Last year when we played him in the NITs, he was more of a four-man that had a little bit of a mid-range game. But right now, he's able to knock down a three every now and then, and his athleticism has always been there. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
For sure. You guys have lost 3 straight. So we mentioned you guys were ranked in the top 25. You guys have lost 3 straight and have now fallen out of the rankings. What's it going to take for you guys to get the mojo back going into this all-important month of March?
I think, like I said before, it's really just about trusting the guys around us. None of the feelings that we've had about each other in terms of our camaraderie have faded. It's just more about getting back to our roots, keeping that same mindset, getting back to a defensive mindset, and just playing with some toughness. We've slipped up these past couple games, but I don't think it's anyone should freak out about. UCLA is a good team. Both Cal and Stanford are good home teams as well. I'm no alarm bells are going off in our locker room. It's more of it's a gut check moment right now.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it. I don't think anyone in our team or in our program is too worried about it. It's more just getting back to what we need to do.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And I don't think any alarm bells are going off for Joe Lunardi. I checked the bracket this morning. He just updated it today. March 2nd is when we're taping this. And he had you guys at still a 5 seed. So obviously you guys still have a very strong resume, but kind of the noise that builds up as you guys get into the rankings and as these brackets come out with you guys at a single-digit seed. Does the team, to what angle does the team pay attention to that kind of stuff?
It's actually funny that you mentioned noise. Coach Boyle one of his favorite sayings is noise, and good or bad, it's all noise.
Yeah.
It's not something that we should pay attention to. When we're up, people are going to be praising us. When we're down, people are going to be, talking down on us. So it fluctuates as we play, but at the end of the day, it's all noise, and all the hype preseason, as the season's gone, as we've made runs, as we've lost games, like it doesn't really matter. We're more focused on what we're doing every day in practice. In games, in our preparation. So we try to block out as much of that noise as we can.
Yeah. So, Aidan, I want to talk a little bit more about you. Just a crazy story, man. Your first 2 years are in school. You weren't on the team. You were a student manager for the women's team. How did the opportunity come about for you to walk on with the men's team?
Yeah, so, I came to CU as a regular student, and I needed a job in my first couple months, so I was looking at our online portals and everything like that for work study opportunities, and one of the postings was as an equipment manager with the women's team. And so I applied, and I had played basketball in high school, obviously. I was a 5-man in high school, so I wasn't necessarily experienced with the level the level of college basketball,
Yeah.
And so I ended up being hired as an equipment manager. I did that for about a year, and because I travel with the team, with the women's team, and help them out in drills and stuff like that. And as I did that, I gained a little bit more of admiration for the game, I guess you could say. And once that happened, I really just decided to use the facilities that were at my disposal, and I ended up working on my game a lot, putting hours in the gym at a time, working on shooting, ball handling, even passing. Sometimes I'd play one-on-one. I'd go to our rec center and play, but it's a very deliberate kind of training almost. And so I did this for a while, probably about a year, maybe a little bit over a year, and I ended up asking one of the director of ops for the men's team what the walk-on process was like. And before this, I had played pickup with the guys, purely because I was in the gym when they wanted to play pickup. I was in the gym shooting, and they came in, they wanted to play pickup, and they said, okay, well, you can play with us, you can hop in, because they had seen me around, they knew my name and everything. And after holding my own a little bit, I started to think about, what are the odds,
Yeah.
And so I ended up talking with the director of ops, and from there, basically went on to me talking to the associate head coach and him saying, yeah, we've seen you play, we've seen how much you're in the gym, we've seen you compete against our guys, and we'd like to have you. So that was the fall of my sophomore year. So I ended up joining the team the spring of my sophomore year. So for spring workouts, after the season was done, I started with them, and then so for the past about year and a half, I've been on the team with them now.
Very cool, dude. That's just nuts to start working on your game. Like when you came to Colorado, was it ever in your wildest realm of possibility that you'd be playing on the basketball team? Like, did you even consider that?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a thought of a thought, It wasn't even conceived. My main sport in high school was actually football. And so I had some Division II interest for football coming out of high school, but decided to come to CU more for the academic stuff. And I thought about walking onto the football team my freshman year.
Wow.
The basketball wasn't even basketball was in high school. Basketball for me was something I did when I wasn't playing football. So it's kind of funny. The turn of events is kind of ironic, honestly.
Yeah. You mentioned that you would go to the rec center kind of to try to work on your game. Do you ever now, even when you're on obviously the Colorado basketball team, do you ever try to sneak into pickup games at the rec center?
Oh yeah, I was playing about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, for
yeah. Me and a couple of the other walk-ons went and played just a couple games, just because we had practice off today. And so we were just there about 30 minutes ago.
Dude,
Got a couple runs in.
Oh man, as a D, you're playing on a Pac-12 team. You live at basketball 24/7 as a D1 athlete, and then on your off day, you're going and playing pickup basketball.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it goes. It's you gotta love it if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I ask is because we've talked to other walk-ons about this, and like a lot of their teams have policies where like if you're on the team, like you can't play intramurals, you can't like if you try to go play pickup, the chances that you get injured, even though they're small, they're like kind of just outweigh the possibility. But that's awesome to hear that you guys go and play pickup. That's sick.
Yeah. I don't think we're allowed to play intramural teams as much, but as long as we're not getting ourselves hurt, and we do a good job of protecting ourselves and looking out for each other when we do go play. But we'll go play every now and then. It's good cardio. It's a good way to work on your game. And it's fun.
Yeah. All right. Important walk-on question. What is your go-to bench celebration?
Oh, that's a tough one. You remember the dance that the Nets did when D'Lo was on the team?
Yes.
We hit that all the time. It's a kind of a niche one. We got to hit a couple threes back to back to pull it out.
Yeah.
But that's always the goal.
Well, that takes coordination too.
It does. Yeah.
You have to plan.
Yeah. So it's the walk-ons and then the one red shirt we have this year. That's our crew.
Awesome. What's the toughest place to play on the road in the Pac-12?
That's a good question. Oregon's always a good environment. It's always obviously really, really hard to win at Oregon, but Arizona is also crazy as well. Arizona can really, really fills that stadium, and it holds, I think, about 15,000 people. So it gets loud. And it's hostile. So I'd probably go with one of those two.
Gotcha. What's an underrated team in the Pac-12 that we should watch out for if they make it to the tournament?
The thing about the Pac-12 is, I mean, it's such the reason the Pac-12 is crazy every year is because every team knows each other well, and every team scouts each other well. From our perspective, everybody's tough to play. But I would go ahead and I'd look out for that Stanford team. I'd look out for. Really, UCLA or USC are also really, really talented teams. USC has like 3 or 4 guys, maybe even 5 guys that could go for 20 on any given night.
Yeah.
UCLA is playing really well right now. That Stanford team, they're really young, but they're talented too.
For sure.
I'd say any of those 3 teams are ones you should probably look out for.
So I go to school here in Georgia, and that's where this podcast is based out of. But I grew up in Washington, and I was a big Washington State fan growing up. So I'm a Pac-12 guy at heart. I can't get with all these SEC guys down here. You guys play Washington State. Do you think CJ Ellaby has a future in the NBA?
You know what? That's a good question. I think that he could. From my opinion, I've never personally matched up with him, but he's had a great year this year, only as a sophomore.
Yeah.
He made in our game against them. We've only played him once, but he made some really tough shots. I could see it.
Okay.
I don't know what the scouts are saying about him or anything like that, but he's a good player, and he's the leader of that Washington State team. So
that was a completely selfish. That was a completely selfish question by me because you're the first Pac-12 guy that we've had on here, and I've always wanted to know, as a guy that's at least been on the same court as him, what does he look like? So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, a couple more walk-on specific questions. All right, these are would you rathers. Would you rather hit a 3 in a game or take a charge?
Ooh, wow, that's a good one. Actually, I'm probably taking the charge.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no. That's a good question, though. I like that one.
Yeah. All right. Another would you rather. Would you rather hit a buzzer beater or dunk on your worst enemy?
I'm probably hitting the buzzer beater.
Yeah. Fair. You just don't have that many worst enemies?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have anyone that comes to mind right off the bat. That's why.
Gotcha. All right, dude. And then final question. So we taped the other part of this podcast a couple days ago, and we finished out the pod with a segment called Top 3 Fast Food Places. So we kind of did it draft styles. So obviously you won't have the luxury of competing against us in terms of places that come off the board, but if you were to name your top 3 fast food places, how would you rank them?
Okay, I'm going with Cane's at number 1.
Okay.
I gotta get a burger place in there. Freddy's is incredibly underrated.
Ooh,
I'm gonna throw them in there just to give them the respect they deserve.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go with like Qdoba. It's just solid all around.
Yeah. So you prefer Qdoba? Do you guys have Chipotle out there?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, you just prefer Qdoba.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No, we don't have really Freddy's down here in the South. And obviously, since I've been out west, I know about Freddy's. I do agree that they're underrated, but we're gonna have to get some people down here interested in Freddy's.
Yeah. I think it only spreads out to about like the Midwest from what I see. But I know the South needs to get on it.
For sure. Hey, Aidan, thanks so much for coming on. Wish nothing but luck to Colorado the rest of the way, and we'd love to get you on maybe closer to Selection Sunday.
Yeah, just let me know.
All right, thanks, Aidan.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Welcome to the Walk On Diaries podcast, episode 22. Bit of a momentous occasion, John. Your number in high school was?
The glorious 22.
22. So
Should have worn my jersey.
A lot to get to here today. First, you want to talk about Duke? You want to talk about Wake Forest and Duke? A little double OT game the other night. 113-101. Duke faltering again.
I'm going to tell you right now, Duke has to wake up, okay? They're not playing good right now.
I hate to draw some parallels, but to go back to our previous episode when we were trying to diagnose why Coach K didn't want to shake the hand of the NC State coach, maybe some fears of coronavirus. If Coach K did end up getting coronavirus, how's he now giving it to his team, which is why they're
performing not well. That's what I'm thinking.
People are asking.
Yep. It's out there. It's definitely out there.
So do you feel confident in Duke as we head towards the stretch run? Do you feel confident enough with March Madness coming up?
They obviously have the talent. They obviously have, Coach K, the coach, they obviously have great coaching, but they're just inconsistent. They're young. Everybody's young nowadays, but, I don't trust them right now. I have no confidence.
I just don't know. In general, I'm not super high on freshman teams. I think we've talked on the pod about this before, but I don't feel super confident picking majority freshman teams to go deep into the NCAA tournament. I know there's been some notable exceptions. Kentucky with Anthony Davis is one. Duke 2015 is another one. But just in general, the teams that tend to do well are teams that are kind of more veteran, guys that have been there before, that have been in like such a high pressure tournament.
I think Duke, though, it's either they get knocked out quick or they go all the way. I think they could go on that run and win it all. Like, they obviously have the talent, and I want to say that they're gonna wake up and just be ready come tournament time, but I have no confidence in saying that.
All right, we'll see. If you had to pick right now, who is winning the ACC? You got Duke, Louisville, and Florida State kind of bunched at the top.
Well, Duke's winning the ACC for sure.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Oh, for sure.
No question.
I'm gonna go Florida State. I think they got the bot. I know they just beat Louisville pretty recently.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that they are kind of one of those veteran teams. Really good coaching. When you're talking about Leonard Hamilton, the experience that's coming back from last year, that team is dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I agree.
Okay. So next, we don't usually talk about baseball on the pod, but this year is so different for baseball with the Astros and all that stuff that came to light in the offseason. And it's been really funny keeping up with the hit-by-pitch tracker.
I think it's up to 9 today.
I love that about baseball. The whole, the unwritten rules kind of.
And the best part about it is that, a non-baseball person could be like, oh, they're just accidental, because you really, if you're watching the pitches, it really looks like it's on accident. But, boy, them professional pitchers ain't going to try and hit that person? I don't think so.
Someone made the argument that it's going to help baseball, the fact that the Astros did this, because now, as with any good storyline,
people are looking now.
You've got a villain.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the background on this?
Oh yeah, okay, good question, Matt. So the Houston Astros,
Matt, huge sports fan.
Houston Astros won the World Series in 2017, have been very successful since 2016, and every year they've been deep in the playoffs. And it got revealed, one of their former pitchers, Mike Fiers, revealed this past offseason that they were cheating using a system that let the hitters know what pitch was coming once the signal was made from the catcher to the pitcher. So they used cameras in the outfield, and then they would decode the signal, trace it back to someone who is below the clubhouse or in the clubhouse with a trash can, and depending on how many bangs on the trash can the batter would hear, then he knows what pitch is coming and he can.
And it's that serious too.
Yeah.
But also, Jose Altuve, who's the second baseman for the Astros, who in my opinion is top 3 on that team, if not top 2. He's one of the best on that team. There's a clip of him literally running to home plate after hitting a very crucial home run and telling the guys, do not rip my shirt off. As he's running, you can literally read perfectly on his lips. He's like,
yeah,
don't rip my shirt off. He's like,
because there are accusations that they're wearing buzzers as well under their jerseys, so they would get buzzed once, like if it was a fastball, twice if it was a curveball, so they could guess right where the pitch was coming.
It's kind of dirty
stuff. And I don't know, I'm torn because the Astros big argument and the argument from Astros fans is that everybody does this. It's just that the Astros got caught. So I'm interested to see over the next couple of years, when guys retire and they can maybe talk about their former teams more, whether that's true or not.
That's the weird thing about baseball, though. It seems like such a just straight up sport. There's not much going on. It's just baseball, But this, there's such small little things that just change the whole game.
I can't even think of something similar in basketball. What would you? There's nothing.
You don't bang on a trash can in basketball. You don't.
Definitely don't.
I met the pitching coach in the Astros.
So you're affiliated with the criminal.
Yes. I don't know. That was many years back.
So
it was Dennis Martinez.
Why did you meet him?
My dad was a fan of his. He used to play for the Orioles. My dad was wearing an Orioles shirt, and we saw Dennis. And Dad was just like, "Hey, Denny!" And he turned around, and Dad motioned to his shirt, and he pulled me on the field, and we got a picture with him.
That's how.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe Denny was not involved.
I don't think Denny.
We don't want to incriminate Denny.
Think Denny did nothing wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So talked about Duke. Talked about the Astros. CoronaVirus. Your thoughts? Wow. You have to hesitate.
No. I'm not hesitating. I'm gathering thoughts.
I firmly declare that I do not like coronavirus. And when I asked you, you hesitated. So you seem undecided, John. People are dying.
Can I speak?
The microphone is in your court.
It is kind of scary, though. Because I've read a lot. Okay, I obviously don't like it. All right?
Okay, good.
Put the mic down.
Well done.
It's scary because I've read a lot of things about it, and every single thing I've heard, the outbreak is coming to communities in the United States.
Did you hear that they had to quarantine 200 people in Atlanta? Atlanta airport or something?
Okay, Atlanta airport.
We're
this
done,
just
we're done.
They're going to be there in a week. Well,
I'm telling you right now.
You're worried about in a week?
Phillip, it was nice knowing you.
I have absolutely religiously been washing my hands.
Earlier today, I saw, maybe it was yesterday, but I got a notification that the first case in California came about, and it wasn't from a person who had traveled to China. So all the previous cases in the United States have been from people who were either in China or were in a European country where it had been spread there. But this was the first one where this person got it from someone who went to China.
Right, and apparently it is now mutating to an airborne thing.
I'm literally hearing the sound effects from Plague Inc. Playing in my head.
Honestly.
It's kind of freaky though. It really is. And I know that
kind of freaky.
On Amazon, face masks are sold out. But here's the thing though, that face mask doesn't prevent you from getting sick. That's nothing.
It just makes you look cool.
Just makes you look cool.
Yeah, it's a fashion statement.
No, but really, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I believe it. So what? What do we do?
Wash your hands. Apparently that's like the best way to not get the coronavirus.
I'm thinking that this is the perfect year for the Portland Trailblazers to win the NBA Finals.
What a segue.
Because the haters will say the world's going to end before the Portland Trailblazers.
The world's not going to end from the coronavirus. Okay, the flu is much worse than the coronavirus, but still, it is reaching pandemic state. No,
That's a loaded word.
but I'm pretty sure the flu is too.
Okay. All right, Phillip. Joke time.
Give me 2 claps when you're ready for them. All right.
I mean, we all could be ready at different times.
I was ready, so I got.
I've been ready probably the first.
Well, could you clap twice then?
Yeah, John's third. He was ready last because he's.
What's up with this? All right. I'm just trying to do my comedy.
Moose ears.
Comedy.
I'm the only one with moose ears on right now.
Hey everybody, Phillip Walker back again. Here's some jokes. So I know.
Start that over, Phil.
Started from the top. All right, joke time. So I know Ozzy Osbourne. He's my friend, and I was going to Ozzy's. Wait. I did this wrong.
Start over from the top.
Joke time. So I was going to Ozzy Osbourne's house, and then I knocked on the door, and then he opened the door, and he was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Ozzy, I'm your biggest fan. Don't you know me?" And he said, "Hey, are you a ceiling fan or an oscillating fan?"
No.
He really said that. Ozzy said that, and they started playing guitar.
He ate a bat.
He did do that. We had cereal. Anyways, so I have these 2 friends. Their names are Ceiling and Ground. And I mean, they're good friends, but they're not good people. That's the thing. That's the catch. They're criminals. And so they're telling me this story. One time, they were robbing a bank, and the bell goes, the little alarm goes off, and then they run out of there. And as they're running out, Ceiling, he sees the police sirens going off. And he sees the cops. And then so they get into the getaway car, and then Ceiling, he looks at Ground, he says, "Hey, floor it."
Floor it.
Floor it. Ceiling, floor it. Yeah. I like that one.
I just got that one.
Floor it.
Took it.
Ground.
Yeah.
All right.
Ceiling's a good fella. Y'all say hi to him.
Thank you.
Felipe.
Wow, that was your worst set.
What? So we're going to be doing power ranking fast food. Right now, we're going to power rank fast food restaurants, snake style, in honor of draft season.
Big
With the first
hands
pick.
and 40-yard dashes.
Well, the first pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, John selects
Cookout. It's a good pick. That's a good pick.
That's a
you want to
fair
get?
pick.
How about we
That's a
get?
fair
Yeah.
I like
Cookout
this
walks
pick.
out. You like give Cookout the jersey.
Thank you. Cookout's a good pick. Cookout.
I mean, do you want 2 sentences of explanation? Cookout seems like you don't even have to explain
Only
it.
2 sentences.
How about 2 words?
Okay.
Always good.
Mmm.
They have never let me down.
With the second pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, Phillip selects.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, that was gonna be my second pick. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yes.
Great pick. I like it. I was debating
Thank you.
Taco Bell for 1. That's an excellent pick.
Bizarre.
Taco Bell is exquisite.
It's a beautiful pick.
Exquisite.
With the third pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, Noah selects Bojangles. Chicken biscuits.
Okay. That's fair.
Not as good of a pick as 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the
It
point.
definitely
It's
wasn't
not gonna be as
RJ.
good.
It wasn't RJ Barrett 3. Okay. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna throw that out there.
With the fourth pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, Noah selects. I didn't think this far
That's
ahead.
the intro. Down. Okay. You definitely stepped up to the plate, but now you don't even know how to swim.
Okay. McDonald's. Solid. Just basic. Solid and basic. Those are my 2 words.
My
The
word
2020
gross.
draft.
My word for them is gross.
My word for
Whoa!
them is disgusting.
Dang, I could have saved this then for.
You could have saved it for
right.
never in garbage.
All right, I'm next, right?
Yep.
Do the thing.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, Phillip selects
The Colonel himself, Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC.
It's a very interesting
Bold.
pick. You know, I'm okay with it though.
2 words. You know the rules.
2 words. Always new.
Finger licking good.
There's a hyphen. Finger licking is 1 word.
Hang on, I can go.
With the 6th pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, John selects
I'm going with Wendy's.
Oh, that's good.
Solid. And I have 3 technical words. 4 for 4. Or Biggie Bag. The only reason.
Thank you.
Right there.
Biggie Bag.
That's a good pick, I think. Do I get another pick?
Yeah. With the 7th pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, John selects.
I think this is one that we all need to pick. Chick-fil-A. I think that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
That's everybody though.
See, I this was my mistake because
That's
I
a
should've
good
done-
7th pick.
because I grouped them as fast casual. So like I'm thinking like Moe's, Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A is definitely a fast food.
Oh, absolutely.
restaurant,
Fast food is pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. With the 8th pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, Phillip selects.
We have the meats. Arby's.
Arby's. I was debating. Chick-fil-A or Arby's. We are on it
We're on
today.
the same wavelength.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
That's great. We have the meats.
Go ahead and throw something
3
out of the
words,
peanut
Phillip.
gallery, Noah.
Huh?
It's 3 words.
We have is a hyphenated.
No, it's we have meats with a hyphen between
We meets.
having
Have
meats.
meets.
Meat.
For
Weave.
sandwiches.
We
Weave
have.
the meats.
Weave meats. Because it's hyphenated, we have.
For sandwiches.
With the 9th pick in the 2020 Walk-On Diaries fast food draft, Noah selects. I'm gonna go Papa John's. I'm gonna go a little pizza.
That's not fast.
Yeah.
That's not fast.
I mean, I'm thinking yes because it's fast. Because it's
I feel like fast food restaurants. I feel like to be a fast food, it has to have a drive-through.
yeah.
But you know what?
But I'm
Pizza
not gonna
does
say
have a
Little
drive-through.
Caesars. I'm not gonna say Little Caesars.
Little Caesar slaps sometimes. See, I think a fast food has to have drive-through. Like I feel like pizza is on like an island of its own,
Yeah.
and like
I think so.
kind
too.
of just food, not really
Yeah.
fast.
Okay. Do you want me to?
Yeah, I say do another.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't think. I would have taken this second if I remembered it. I'm gonna go Zaxby's.
Hmm.
And
That's
you
fair.
chose McDonald's over Zaxby's.
Hey, I
Like
ended
someone
up-
was gonna take McDonald's.
I ended
Yeah.
up with the team that I wanted. At the end of the day,
Yeah. Fair.
and I went about it.
So
in a
are you saying
weird way.
McDonald's is the ninth?
Would have been 9th, yeah.
So who's the 3 teams we got?
So we got, who did I pick first?
I think McDonald's first.
No.
Oh,
I picked third.
Bojangles.
Bojangles, yeah.
Bojangles.
So I got Bojangles, McDonald's, and Zaxby's.
Okay.
I've got was it Taco Bell? I know the third one was Arby's, and then KFC.
And I have probably the best with Cookout, Wendy's, and Chick-fil-A.
That's a good.
That's probably the winner.
That's a pretty stacked
If
lineup.
you got Cookout and Chick-fil-A, like those are 2 number 1 picks.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
I feel like Chick-fil-A was slept on, kind of snuck in there.
Like Wendy's kind of drags you down, but Cookout, Chick-fil-A.
No. I definitely got second.
Let's let the people
Zaxby's
decide.
and Bojangles.
Let the people
No.
decide. Who's
Comment.
got
Comment
the
who-
best team?
McLovin.
It's not them.
McLovin.
It's me.
Honorary mention for Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake's good though.
Okay, now time for 1v1 basketball battles of history. So, today for 1v1 battles of history, we have Muhammad Ali versus Wolverine.
Speed
Ready?
run. Speed run.
Begin.
Wolverine has claws and is fast. Could not grab basketball with hands. Therefore, Muhammad Ali wins.
Muhammad Ali, very physical. Wolverine, also very physical. Muhammad Ali knows how to get a punch out, so maybe he can get past Wolverine quickly and get that first round win so that he moves on to the next round. Muhammad Ali is great at standing over people, so maybe he's good at dunking over people. Wolverine, very powerful, really can't get hurt. So maybe, he's tough. He can maybe outlast you. Boxers, they have to have some endurance, but they get really
It's not really
tired.
about lasting though, because it's only 11 points. Though.
Right, but if Wolverine were to just dribble the ball around and wear Muhammad Ali out.
Muhammad Ali's training, though.
Okay, Wolverine's jumping ability. He could probably jump from beyond the 3-point line and dunk it.
Wolverine is also, I think, 5'8". Because I think how tall that actor is.
But it doesn't matter, though, if you can jump 15 feet in the air.
There is that one little clip of him going.
Man.
But Muhammad Ali.
What did he go like again?
You saw. Muhammad Ali is a large individual.
Very large.
I feel like he could play some ball.
Okay, final score: Wolverine 11, Muhammad Ali 6.
My score: Muhammad Ali 11, Wolverine 2.
There you have it. This has been episode 22 of the Walk On Diaries podcast. Make sure to like, share, follow us on social media, and have a great rest of your week.